Taxes and tariffs. That's all you've been hearing about in Donald Trump's economic plans. During his election campaign, President-elect Donald Trump focused extensively on domestic and international economic concerns as one of his key campaign efforts. Coming into the Oval Office for a second term, Trump's economic policies had previously received mixed responses. Domestically, Trump instigated the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017. That was a major overhaul of the US tax code, aimed at reducing tax rates for individuals and businesses while reducing the need for detailed record keeping, making filing taxes easier for many Americans. In essence, the Trump tax cuts aimed to stimulate economic growth through less regulation, but it also significantly increased the federal deficit and shifted tax benefits more toward businesses and higher-income individuals.
And it's unclear even how much they did boost domestic investment, given that the initial estimates that we saw before the bill had passed from its proponents, we never saw that sort of shift in investment afterwards.
A lot of people work in the service economy in a country where tipping culture is high, especially on the coasts, but frankly everywhere, very important. The promise to lift taxes on those tips was a very important pledge that he made during his campaign, but it will contribute to a deficit.
One of the most pressing concerns that has haunted the US bureaucracy is the ever-increasing budget deficit. Currently, US public debt is in excess of $36 trillion, as the federal budget in 2024 fiscal year ran a deficit of $1.8 trillion despite revenues reaching $5 trillion. The Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, is projected to be headed by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and was announced by Trump to go forward with this idea to slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies.
Now, I think this office of the Department of Government Efficiency is fundamentally unserious. It's a very performative role that he has given to people who like to be in the media and who were staunch supporters of his on the campaign trail. And some of the things that like Elon Musk has been talking about needing to cut, some of these programs he's looking at come in the range of $10 million. And that's $10 million is a lot of money to me or to you. But if you're working with the federal budget, which is in the trillions of dollars, then that's not even 0.1% of the federal budget. So you're not getting anywhere by cutting millions of dollars at a time. If you seriously want to cut the debt, then you either have to increase taxes on the wealthy rather than cutting them, or you have to cut Social Security, Medicare, and defense.
Since his first presidency, Trump's usage of tariffs has been very prolific. Tariffs were also featured extensively in his second presidential campaign and are expected to be a centerpiece of his plans. A key idea behind tariffs and tax cuts is to promote manufacturing within the US. The extent that these changes could achieve the desired effect is dubious, where many believe that tariffs are only going to result in higher costs for consumers.
We've heard all sorts of proposals. One, as we know, is that Donald Trump believes that his tariffs can help to fund his tax cuts. We've even heard the former president say that that tariffs and the income that they generate might allow him to completely eliminate certain kinds of taxes. Most economists outright reject this. Most economists also don't favor the idea of tariffs in general. They see them as inflationary.
The ultimate cost of the tariffs is always passed on to consumers. And yes, there may be some shift back to manufacturing within the United States. And that can certainly be a good thing when we're talking about critical industries like steel or pharmaceuticals. It can be a good thing when we're talking about industries where maybe there have been uncompetitive trade practices in China or elsewhere. But blanket across the board tariffs will ultimately lead to unequivocal rising prices on consumers.